Hi, I'm an artist, and first, yay, a really nice number. And second, please don't be scared, it's still me, it's just with another mic. So thank you so much for this milestone, and this also made me realize that even though we have been hanging out once a week for a while now, I have never actually introduced myself to you guys yet. So let's grab this opportunity to give you some of the lore about me, okay? And in the background, I will be working on this little cute baby over here and make it into a wallpaper as a little celebratory gift. So if you are interested, I will insert the link wherever I can. So first, name, well, it's Ling, and you already knew this, so pass. Next, age, I would like to believe that my frontal lobe has been fully developed, but I don't know for sure, because there's no way I could examine my own brain by myself, If there is a way to gently open my skull to see what's inside without doing any damage, I would definitely love to try that, even though, on second thought, that may be quite boring, because there may be not that much in there anyway. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, law. Next, where am I from? Well, I'm Vietnamese and currently living in Hanoi. And just in case someone here doesn't know, it's here in Vietnam. And my footprint on Earth from the very first day I was here looks like this. And yes, boring. So let's move on. Okay, next on the list is languages. And okay, this part is something a little bit more interesting, so we can talk longer about this one. So I can speak 3 languages: Vietnamese, English, and Japanese. First, Vietnamese, well, literally my mother tongue. And let's speak something in Vietnamese here, okay? Okay, thì bình thường thì mình lúc nào mà chẳng nói tiếng Việt, nhưng mà tại vì các bạn ở đây chưa được nghe bao giờ ấy, thế nên là cũng thấy hơi ngại một tí. Nhưng mà mình thực sự rất là cảm ơn mọi người vì đã quan tâm theo dõi đến video của mình cũng như là những cái tranh mà mình đã vẽ. Kiểu đến hơn tận 10.000 người đăng ký. Thật á? Ok. Oh no. Thôi bọn mình đến tiếng 2 nhá. Next, English, so my second language, and to be honest, you don't really need to hear as much because you already listened to me blabbering once a week for quite a while now. So next, finally, Japanese, and this one is kind of new, but to be honest, it's not that good since I haven't spoken for so long now. So じゃあ、日本語ですよね。ちょっと話せますけど、ちょっと久しぶりすぎて、今話すことにちょっと自信がないんですけど、語彙も文法もほぼ全部忘れてまいりましたし、何か言いたくても辞書を何度もチェックしなければなりませんし、ちょっと緊張してすごく難しいなんで、ということで次のパートお願いします。So next is about my avatar. So what am I? Basically, I am a blob underneath a box. And why? Maybe because I like being a blob, like being all bendy, wiggly and that kind of stuff. And maybe a little bit similar to a liquid, but not too liquidy like an actual liquid, You know what I mean? Like, I hope you do. Or I was just talking nonsense for quite a while now. And that possibility is not really that low, but okay, fine. So next, what me like? Okay, so let's talk about some of my favorite things on earth, art and games, and also food and drink, but including those will make the video too long, so we will skip that for today. So first, art. Well, this one is pretty obvious, like it is the whole reason why this channel existed in the first place. So I like creating art of my own and also consuming art of others as well. For the creating part, well, I really enjoy mixing different creatures together and creating new ones that maybe should or shouldn't exist. And you guys may know me from all the material study stuff, and yes, I also really enjoy painting sparkly things. And one of my goals in the near future is applying my knowledge from all the studying stuff to my creature stuff. And I think you guys did have a pick of how that's gonna look. Like, don't really know if a lot of people are gonna enjoy it, but me, I am having a blast with it. So yeah, anyway, I won't talk much about this part as I already talked a lot about this in other videos already. For the consuming part, well, for this, I would like to think that I am not really picky when it comes to enjoying art from others. Kinda like an omnivore, but I do have my preferences. And to be honest, my preferences may very likely be considered horror by many, but personally, I don't find them to be too scary. Like, if I think they are really, really scary, then I don't consume them. But we will talk about this later, so let's leave it here for now. So I like looking at art, and I think I am pretty good at remembering images, but I am terrible at remembering names and text-based things. Like, I have come across and loved a lot different people art, but for the love of God, I couldn't remember the names at all. Like, I could if I try, but the name just kind of fades away from my brain a few days later. Like, right at this moment, there are like only two names that I could remember on top of my head, which are Francis Bacon and Ken Curry. And because one was Bacon and the other is Curry. And I am really, really sorry to remember the name this way. Their art are insanely cool, like insanely cool. They made some of my favorite art of all time. It's just that me and my brain and names just don't really mix. So I am sincerely sorry about that. Okay, before we move on, I just want to highlight how freaking cute this face is. Like, so cute. I'm sorry, just cuteness aggression. Anyway, let's talk about my other favorite thing on earth, game. And even though I'm saying this, I don't really consider myself as a gamer because I only enjoy playing like 2 games. That doesn't sound like a gamer to me. But anyway, today I want to talk about those 2 games. So one of them is Stardew Valley, the farming game. Really no need for introduction for this one, and also no need for any further explanation for my love of this game. Just look at the hours. But to be honest, I think this cover is actually not that impressive for this game as it came out for so many years already and lots of people love it. Well, how did I get to this number though? I mean, I do have something I call my annual Stardew sessions, which means I make a new save file once a year and then dedicate a huge chunk of my time to that. Like on average, about 80 hours, sometimes more than 100. And then abandon it, wait until next year and repeat the cycle. I haven't had my sessions this year yet, cause I have been rather busy and once I play Stardew, I could not be stopped. So maybe I have to make some serious casual adjusting to accommodate whenever my Stardew urge comes. Yeah. As for my skill of this game, I could like to think that I am pretty good at it. Like I enjoy fishing for catfish and sturgeon for money, making little diagrams to plan my crops and also calculating my budget for the new season. In my prime time, I could reach like 200 or 300 floors in Skull Cavern. And I also like min-maxing my little farm life a little bit. And if you was like, what the hell are you talking about? Then maybe one day I would consider talking more about this stuff. But anyway, again, I would like to think that I am good. But when considering my hours into the game, maybe it's just overwhelmingly average, but that's okay too. The next one in my new obsession, Potato. Well, this one does require a little bit of introduction. So in a nutshell, this is a game where you are a little potato who got dropped off in the middle of a battlefield and you have to kill all the enemies to collect the monies from their corpses. And then you use that body money to buy things in the shop to get stronger to kill even more enemies. And then the vicious cycle continues. You kill and buy until the 20th time when you face the bosses. Kill them and you win, be killed and you lose. Ta-da! Game. And I don't have much to say about this game except for the fact that I love it. Like, numbers don't lie, And also, I am bad at it. But that's okay, because you don't need to be good at something to enjoy that thing, Looking at you, artist me, learn the lesson, okay? And to be honest with you, maybe the fact that I'm bad at this game is really both a blessing and a curse at the same time. The curse being me die a lot, not a good experience, 0 or 10 don't recommend. And the blessing, well, I have to tell you, this thing is addictive. But fortunately, I physically couldn't get addicted to it because I'm bad at it and I rage quit a lot. But I'm always come back for more though. Am I already addicted? Anyway, let's leave that heavy stuff behind and let's talk about what me not like. Scary thing and bugs. So for the scary thing, I know some of you may be a little bit surprised, like, what do you mean? And what's this? Let me explain, okay? So it's not that I couldn't comprehend the fact that some of the things I enjoy are scary. Like I know they are scary, but there's like a scale inside my head whenever I look at something like this. Like one side is scary and the other side is cool. So if something made the cool side heavier than the scared, then me will enjoy that. In other words, I know they are scary, but they are just too cool not to enjoy, you know? And then if the scary side was heavier, I would flee because I still firmly believe that being scared is a really useful and powerful feeling in a lot of situations. And I don't think we should abuse it just to feel something, you know? That's the reason why I will never deliberately seek out horror things if I know I couldn't handle them, like gore, for example. Personally, I'm not really a big fan of meat and gut, but kangaroo is an exception, by the way. I am more into bones and eyes, to be honest. Yeah. And also, this is something I haven't talked about yet. I do have a rather high tolerance to scary stuff that don't move, like paintings and drawings. Some may say a better word would be desensitized. Yeah, but when things start to move, well, that is a different story. So that is the reason why I will very likely never watch horror films or play horror games. Like, I'm fine with watching people playing because it's like there's someone with you, you know. So it's fine for me, but playing it by myself, maybe no. And let me share one of my scariest experiences I ever had, and it just happened recently, you know. And it is the YouTube's auto-dubbing feature, and I won't elaborate because I got genuinely jump scared by that thing. Yeah. Next is bugs, or more accurately, big bugs. And well, for this one, rather than dislike, I would say that I have a low tolerance toward them. And so how low is it? Well, do you know how in exposure therapy, people will begin with getting exposed to pictures or videos of the things they scare? Like if you are scared of spider and then picture of spider. Yeah, that's where my bug tolerance level has been lying for as long as I have been on this earth. And very likely will stay the same until the day I leave as well, but yeah. But I'm working on this though. I have been scheduling my own exposure therapy session on a channel called General Apathy. And so far, I have done like 3 sessions, one short and 2 long. But I have been rather busy, so honestly, that's quite totally great, you know? So in conclusions, that is generally how I am with bugs, except for the 2 of them, cockroaches and mosquito. They are my arch enemies. But that is a story for another day, as this is getting long. But I just want to say that blood has been shed, and it is not mine. Well, technically it used to be mine, but whatever. So it is almost the end of the video, so I think maybe I should open up a little bit more, you know, be a little bit vulnerable, because there will be like 0.5 people watching at this point, so a great time for that, and share my deepest fear, my most horrifying nightmare, public humiliation. Yeah, so when considering that, maybe I am not the most suitable candidate for a job like creating contents online. But maybe doing something like this will help me deal better with that fear. Maybe I don't know. But more importantly at this moment, like even more than that fear, is that I do want to continue this as a job. So I really cannot thank you enough. Yes, you who are watching, for giving me this opportunity to even consider this as a job. So thank you, truly. And to be even more honest, I still don't know how or even if this will work out in the long term. But at the very least, for the time being, I will still be here making weekly videos. So welcome to the ride. Hopefully both you and I could continue to enjoy this journey together for as long as possible. See you later.